Thank you so much for tuning in to watch. Now, we have a man whose life was changed by the use of two miraculous ingredients. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Frank Lee.
Thank you for having me.
Our pleasure. So Frank, tell us about your life before your stellar breakthrough.
Well, I had recently moved to San Francisco. I had a decent paying job, but I was just really stressed out. I had a lot of anxiety, and no matter what I did, it seemed like that anxiety was always there with me. I couldn't get rid of it.
What happened then?
Well, so due to the depression that I had been suffering, the anxiety, something happened, and I wasn't performing like I should have been in my job. I actually got fired. I had no way to pay my rent, so I got kicked out of my apartment, and I had a couple of my belongings, some money, and just a real desire to figure out what happened with my life and how I could change it for the better.
So how did you continue on through life then?
So with my belongings and a couple dollars, I finally found myself in Chinatown in San Francisco, and I came across this fish market, and I don't know why, but as soon as I saw the mass quantity of fish, I knew that that was what's going to get me out, something to do with fish. So I figured since I didn't have anything really left to do, I had nothing to lose, I might as well give it a shot.
This whole situation seems pretty fishy to me. And how did this experience turn out for you?
So it turns out that the fish that I knew would end up helping me has considerable amounts of tryptophan and lysine, which both help with mood swings, and especially anxiety and depression, both of which were severe problems for me. So with that in the fish, it really started to improve my state.
So what exactly are lysine and tryptophan?
So lysine and tryptophan are both amino acids that are essential to our health. They can only be found in the foods we eat, and they're hydrogen bonding amino acid. They're found most prevalently in things like nuts and eggs, meats, especially fish. It's very prevalently found in fish.
So when were lysine and tryptophan discovered?
So lysine was discovered in 1889 by a man named Rudolf Dreschel, and tryptophan was discovered in 1901 by a man named Frederick Hopkins. They were both discovered in milk, which, if you know about milk, is high in protein, which led them to believe eventually the fact that amino acids make up proteins, and both of them are prevalently found in all protein-based foods because of this reason.
So what makes lysine and tryptophan so important?
So lysine, besides the things I already said about the beneficial uses, it's also very important in controlling the herpes virus in people. It stops the synthesis of one of the most important amino acids to the production of the herpes virus in your body. On top of that, it's very beneficial in dealing with osteoporosis, and it can help you. It can help calcium intake in your body, so it's very beneficial to your kidney within small dosages, of course. And tryptophan is very helpful for people with mood swings and crazy depression. It also helps people sleep. It's a great way to quit smoking. It's overall very useful.
So are there any safety concerns behind the use of lysine and tryptophan?
Yes, actually, but it usually comes with the overusage or tampering with the two amino acids. Usually if you take them inside of food, if you ingest them inside of food, it won't usually hurt you. But with lysine, even though it helps you gain more calcium inside your body, if you overuse it, you could develop gallstones due to the excessive calcium in your body. Also, it helps limit the use of arginine in your system, but arginine is also an amino acid, so you actually need it in your system. So excessive use of lysine can also mess with your arginine levels, as it stops the synthesis of said amino acid. With tryptophan, in the 1980s, there was a lot of people, it was basically a health craze. Tryptophan was seen as the god of all health methods, and a lot of people took a bunch of pills that were tampered with in Japan, and a large amount of them gained a condition called EMS. And this stuff can put you in a nervous breakdown. It can give you comas. It's really serious. Also, another thing that could give you comas is when you pair tryptophan with a stress or depression management drug. That can really mess you up as well. But as long as you use it naturally, there's usually no negative connotation, negative problems associated with it.
So after all of this, where are you now?
Well, when I first got to the fish market, I got a job with the owner, and I basically got as much fish as I wanted for free. And after this time, I started losing the anxiety and depression that I had once had. And once I got back on my feet financially, I got enough money saved up for a nice suit, and I went and I got a job interview. It went well. I got into a similar job as I had before, and now I'm successful, all because these two little amino acids.
That's good. All right, well, thank you for coming on to the show today. Ladies and gentlemen, Frank Lee.
Frankly, it was an honor.